So, Lady Carnarvon, where are you taking me?
I thought we should go and meet the cedar airman, carved from a cedar tree, Cedrus labani, but he's to remember all the pilots, the airmen, who sadly lost their lives here during the years of World War II, and to tell their stories,
Fantastic.
to remember them. So here it is.
Oh, here we are, the memorial.
The
To
cedar
the
airman
airman
is
who-
what we call him.
You call him the
Cedar airman.
cedar airman. And I love these, I love the benches.
Well, they're
I mean,
supposed
these are
to
obviously
be in the shape of the tail of a P-38, which was one of the planes that went down. And
Fantastic.
actually, it's amazing how people do notice and remember that as well.
Gosh, so Lady Carnarvon, tell me about this pilot. What happened? I mean, I know there was a crash. There were several crashes here during the war, weren't there?
There were. There were 8 planes that crashed during
8?
World War II.
Gosh, yeah.
And I didn't know about any of them until I was writing a book about World War II here. And one of the keepers said, "Excuse me, my lady, do you know about the B-17 in the hill?" And my deadline was coming. I thought, B-17, what B-17? And that led me, as an epilogue for that particular book, which led me on the start of another adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And I then found that 8 planes had crashed here during training, not in the course of fighting in war, but just during training. And so many of the young men were 21, 22, 23, 19 years old. It just, I think, I found it very, very moving and very emotional. I wanted to find out their stories, their descendants, where they'd crashed, what had happened. And I'd met a wood sculptor called Simon O'Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him to make a sculpture for me. So we sat up there, he was sketching it. I got some of the team from Highclere to pose, because I wanted him looking back at all of us, looking back towards the castle.
That's why he's looking that way. I was
He
wondering
is.
why his head is turned
So
that way.
he's
but
looking back to all
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
But he's sort of facing the hills in which so many of the planes crashed, Alastair. So he's saying goodbye to you and I, because he's going to climb into his Ferrari in the sky, because they were extraordinary planes. But of course, they didn't come back.
Yeah.
This was unveiled in 2018. In 2025, 80 years since the end of World War II, what happened to them and their stories are again being shared and reshared, just so we remember history, we remember what they did. We say thank you. So this is a generic airman.
He represents
He's
all the
just
airmen,
this
okay.
young, enthusiastic man. He's carrying his kit bag, and I can kind of hold his hands.
Yes, I noticed that. I did
Isn't
the
it?
same thing.
You
That's
can
rather
hold hands
special.
with him,
Yeah.
and everything else. He's about to get on in his boots. It was from one cedar tree, and it was carved with a chainsaw, just in situ. Which
With
I-
a chainsaw, gosh.
It's just one tree carved to be one symbolic man.
Beautiful.
And the irony for the B-17, it crashed 3 days on May the 5th, 1945.
That's a terrible sadness,
I know.
isn't it? But he looks so happy. He's smiling. He's got a huge smile on his face.
Well, I think the boys all thought they were going home soon on
Ah,
that
yes,
B-17.
yeah. Oh,
But of
gosh.
course they didn't. And wherever the planes went down, we've put a cross with poppies. And the inscription was chosen by the families today.
I think it's wonderful that you remember them in this way, Lady Carnarvon.
Well, it's visible.
but
And
you're,
then here, this is a tree, and I counted all these rings here.
Okay.
So I got to 1918, I got to 1945.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
that's
this is
fantastic.
the age of this tree
Oh,
as
gosh,
well.
that's even better. That's wonderful.
It's great, isn't it? And I think you can kind of climb up beside them always and say hello. It's a great sculpture because you know
It's a really great piece of
teeth,
sculpture.
eyes, face. And
I guess over time
headphones.
it'll weather. You know, the wind
It
and the
is
rain will do
weathering.
the job, which will make it even nicer, I think.
I think it is. It just gets better all the time. Every so often we do clean it off when the birds leave presents behind, which is vinegar.
But you started telling me about the book you were writing when you heard about this story So suddenly there was a whole new chapter to the book.
There was, and I
a
had
whole
a
separate
deadline.
book, you
That,
know.
therefore, is just an epilogue. And I think there's another story to be told of all these young men. There was a Lysander which crashed in the distance. So Lysanders were planes with very short runs and takeoffs. They were dropping the double agents behind enemy lines. There was a Proctor which crashed over there. That was a training plane. There was a Whitley, which was apparently a dreadful plane to fly. It's very immobile, and it crashed on the hills up there. And it was piloted by a young New Zealand man from Rotorua. And 2 Mosquitoes. They used to start with at the beginning of the war, were flown by young men who hadn't flown before, and it was quite tricky to steer with their tail rudders. So I've gotten into the history of planes in World War II. And every so often I'm lucky enough to persuade everyone to share, and we have a commemorative fly past, which is happening this year in 2025 with a Lancaster, a B-17 Spitfires and a Blenheim. So I feel so privileged and lucky, and I hope there'll be several thousand people here looking up at the skies,
I'm sure
weather
there will
willing.
be. I didn't know there were any B-17s left. Actually.
One.
There's one left.
One left.
Good heavens.
So that's after we've prayed and sung, the B-17 is going to fly over at midday on the 6th and 7th of September this year. So it's great. We're working with many different nationalities from all around the world, and many visitors from all around the world are buying tickets and flying in. So somehow he sort of captures the spirit of the place, and there are many spirits in this place.
Wonderful. It's a wonderful memorial. Thank you.
And we can sit on the benches, which are like the shape of the P-38, and then we've just...
Yeah, the benches are pure
They're quite
inspiration.
fun,
I
aren't
haven't
they?
actually seen these before.
I used to have just 3 benches, but so many people come and stop here. We've now got 6. Some of them are from
they're
cedar,
wonderful.
and some of them
What a
from
clever
oak,
idea. Yeah.
which is quite straightforward.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Really, I almost prefer it from this angle. in a
It's an
way.
amazing
It's
angle,
a great.
isn't
I like
it?
the. It's a very good idea to have the head turning back like that.
So that is
It really makes
how
it.
most,
It animates it much more than just.
and this
yeah.
is how most people see him and meet him. Turn back to look at them.
Yeah.